Welcome to the Andy Meadows Show. Later in the show, I'll talk to a giant panda who has some feedback on the show. We've also got a good roundtable coming up where we'll discuss comedy in Saudi Arabia, scary flights, inappropriate greeting cards, and more. But first, your headlines. According to a bunch of people on TikTok, the rapture was supposed to happen yesterday. Either they were wrong or it happened and none of us made the cut. Jesus looked down from the heavens and he was like, we're good. Hi, kid. Don't worry, my name is in the book. It just has an asterisk next to it. I'll make it in, but I'll be in line a long time. If you're having trouble finding a partner, try picking up a bit. A recent survey found that clutter can harm romantic relationships and that being messy can lead to perceptions of being less attractive. Maybe for men, but not for women. I don't know any guy that's ever said, we went back to her place and it was a disaster. Dirty clothes everywhere. I pretended to have a headache and went home. When I was single, I kept a reasonably clean house, but I did have one disgusting catch-all box under my bathroom sink that my wife still talks about. President Trump is having a tough week. His least favorite late-night show came back. I'm guessing he's about to get sued by the makers of Tylenol. And his teleprompter broke at a UN speech, so he just started riffing about how crappy everyone in the room's country was, which honestly was kind of funny. It's one thing to post that on social media. It's a whole other thing to say it to a room full of people who you're going to see at lunch later. Priscilla Presley expressed her disapproval of her daughter Lisa Marie Presley's marriage to Michael Jackson in her new memoir, Softly As I Leave You, A Life After Elvis. Priscilla said that Jackson's motivations for marrying Lisa Marie were tied more to gaining favorable publicity than any genuine love for her, which Lisa should have known when he had his publicist call to propose. Yeah, Michael wants to know if you'll pretend marry him. Not gonna lie, I was a Michael Jackson super fan when I was a kid. My mom made me a replica of his glove, which I wore everywhere. Good thing my older brother was a giant. Otherwise, I would have caught quite a beating for that, probably. But I love that glove. Yee-hee-hee. I couldn't do the moves, though. Well, there's that. Putin holds elections. You know what I mean? So does Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un gets 97, 98% of the vote every single time.
Oh, I thought he got 100% of the vote.
He gets 100.
Yeah, Putin gets 97%
I don't think anybody,
every single time.
Once you take one guy out with a tank, you pretty much get 100% of the vote going forward. Putin gets 97. I think Putin's like, let's make it realistic. Give me 97 or 98%.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un, the ballot goes out and his name's the only one on it.
Yeah.
Time to vote.
Who's going to run as his opponent? You know what I mean? I don't
Somebody's
know.
suicidal.
I was thinking about running against him this time. Are you kidding? He killed his uncle with a tank.
Stacy gave us feedback that said, I watched and listened to your show. It just sounded like you were having a conversation with Andy.
Well, that's what it's supposed to sound like.
I think she wants us to dance. I'm not sure.
Jill actually watched. So usually she says I'm too broadcastery, especially on the parts I do by myself.
Yeah.
Like the intro and outro, in and out parts. But she said I'm getting a little better about sounding more conversational.
Natural.
But when you have these beautiful pipes, man,
what are you supposed to do?
Use them.
Yeah, that's right. Let's do the whole show like this.
Dad used to always make fun of, he could tell whether it was a girl or a guy calling on the phone by which octave I answered the phone. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, how you doing? If any of you watching or listening to this want to answer any of these questions yourself, head to andymeadowshow.com and maybe we'll include your thoughts on an upcoming episode. Probably not, though.
You might.
Yeah. No.
It has to be a good thought.
I put a couple comments in one of the episodes, and not all of them were flattering. When we talked, last week we talked about Jet Belly.
Yeah.
And a guy commented on the YouTube clip of that saying, actually, it's recycled air from that the engines catch. Didn't know.
Oh, so it's not coming from inside the cabin.
Right. It's bird farts. I don't know.
Bird farts.
Seems a little, man, if you don't carry the one in your calculations of that, you could really hurt people.
I'm just
Taking the
feeding
jet
them exhaust.
Yeah. Oh, lost everybody on the plane again. Got to close that vent.
Forgot which pipe went where.
Do you see? So everybody's getting crap over going to do comedy in Saudi Arabia. That Riyadh Comedy Festival.
I did not see this. So they're doing a regular full-on big act comedy show.
And they got some, like Bill Burr was the one that really surprised me. But I mean, he probably
he might show up and just crap all over him too, because that's what he
sure
does.
A lot
You've
of them
seen
are.
his rants where he's like in Milwaukee or whatever, and like, you people are terrible. I think it was Philadelphia. Who knows? But
yeah, but roasting Milwaukee's a little different than roasting Saudi Arabia, dude.
yeah, you're like, am I going to be able to make it out of here after doing this?
But I'm guessing he got in the $1 million+ range because Tim Dillon was booked on it, and he said on his podcast he got $350,000. But then he went on a rant about and said some really messed up stuff about Saudi Arabia. And he's like, had the point that, for $350,000 I'll look past all, and he did a laundry list of all the messed up things they did. And apparently someone there saw it and fired him for the festival. So he only got to keep half of that.
But he got to keep half just for signing up.
Yeah, you sign up, you crap on it, you get half of the money, and you don't have to go over there and run the risk.
But yeah, I mean, Bill Burr, he's a comedian. They're offering him a bunch of money. It's like the golf thing. They were offering those guys boatloads of money to come play golf. And I'm like, this is crazy money.
Yeah,
generational wealth for me to play golf for a year.
Yeah, but for some reason, play golf feels a little less bad than going to do comedy. I don't know why, because
it doesn't. I don't see the difference. You're doing your job.
So Stavros went on. I watch We Might Be Drunk because I like Mark Norman and Sam Morril, and at the end of it where they plugged their dates, Stavros came in and he was given Sam Morril crap for going to do the festival because he plugged that date, and he said, please tell me you're not doing it on October 7th because that's the date of the attack.
Yeah.
And Sam Morril's Jewish. So he goes, no, I didn't do it on the 7th. I'm coming on the 8th. And so Stavros was like, oh, wow, you waited a day. But yeah, it's got to be tough when they're like, paying you hundreds of thousands of dollars for one gig.
Yeah, I mean, I would work for that. Like if they called me up and were like, hey, we need you to come change out a transmitter for us.
Yeah.
And we're going to pay you 10x what you normally make in a year to come do this one job. Yeah, I'm there.
I did an air check session with an on-air talent. There was an American guy that went over there to do radio, and he was like, you know what? I mean, they come and they read the scripts. So everything was voice tracked. There was no live radio.
Right, because it's all like double checked before you actually send it out on the air.
Yeah, so he did a morning show, so somebody would have to come and listen to it before it would air. And obviously he's like, I never push the line because I don't want
right
to make one joke about something. It's not worth the risk. But he said other than that, it wasn't bad. The pay was good. So, but the people are always giving crap to. When you look at there's a lot of musicians that have done gigs for all kinds of messed up people over the years.
Right.
Because it's like, they 10x your price. It's like,
yeah, they 10x your price. You show up for one night and then you're gone and you don't think about it again.
Yep. So yeah, if you want to book a 10-piece big band and you're a dictator, just go to our website, 10x the price, and I'm there. I'll have to lie to some of the guys about where we're going. It's a surprise, guys. Why was this surprise?
Just take an Ambien. We'll be there.
Speaking of flights were grounded at DFW and Love Field for an hour last week. Did you hear about that? Air traffic controllers at the two airports lost communication. Freaking scary with each other. So supposedly it's a local phone company issue, but
Dude, seriously? So they're just using like regular POTS lines or ISDN or something to talk between the two towers?
The infrastructure at some of our airports and so like you ever seen what some of our nuclear facilities look like? It's all stuff that was built in the 60s and 70s.
That kind of makes sense though, because you don't want to put a nuclear missile online. I think there's some of our less favorite countries lately that have hackers in them that maybe could get. So yeah, put the code on a floppy disk and stick it in. That would make sense to me, but not when you're in an airplane.
We'll launch it in a couple seconds. It takes like 10 of these disks to get the code in there. No, but they
where's disk 3? Dang it.
They lost communication. So they were literally having to the air traffic controller could talk to the plane, but not to the other airport. So they were,
so the pilots were playing
relay phone tag. Yeah. Yeah. So as soon as they realized it, they grounded flights for like an hour. Of course. But anyway, it made me think, you've traveled a lot. What's the scariest thing that's ever happened?
Oh, dude, I had a run of bad luck for a while flying. It was like the plane would take off, then it would hit a bird, and we'd turn around. One time I took off from Seattle 3 times in a row, and just by the end, we were on the plane that hadn't been updated in the interior, looked like the 70s. It was awesome. Like, if this thing's still running, we'll be all right. But the scariest flight I ever had commercially was we were flying I was flying alone. It was just me. I was going from Nashville to Seattle to come up to Anchorage. And we take off, and something's not right from the beginning. They keep going up and then back down a little bit, up and then back down a little bit, up and then back down a little bit. After about 45 minutes of this, and the plane is hot inside, the pilot comes on and he's like, yeah, this plane's not pressurizing. So we can't go over 10,000 feet. I keep trying. It's not hitting. Don't know what's going on. So we can't go over the Rockies.
Too.
I'm going to turn around. We're going to go back. Everything's fine other than the plane won't pressurize. So we're just going to stay under 10,000. We'll head back. Don't worry about it. And so we're all on the plane going, this is something not right. And the flight attendants are walking through going, oh, it happens all the time. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. It's no big deal. So now I know what it's like to be in a plane crash.
But if you want to call your loved ones.
There was none of that. It was always just, this is just a normal thing. It happens. Don't worry about it. And as we're getting back to the airport, the runway is lined with fire trucks and ambulances with their lights on. Oh, and that's when the flight attendant goes, yeah, when you come back for a landing like this, that's pretty standard that they do this. I'm like, oh my God.
Look,
luckily,
a lot of planes
landed, no big deal, but we had nice escorts into the...
A lot of planes only have one wing. That's why we have 2, so we can lose one.
Everybody stay calm. Seriously, I bet in any serious emergency situation, until it's like the very end where they're like braced to crash, leading up to that, they're not going to say, this is a bad time to be on this plane.
Yeah, because they don't want you freaking out and making things worse. You know, somebody trying to open the exit door and take their chances.
Calmly lying to us the whole time. Oh yeah, this happens. What about you? You had a scary flight?
Everything's okay. Yeah, is there a reason why you're pounding beers up there? No, the besides every Spirit Airlines flight I've ever taken, doesn't it on Spirit? It seems like it's the first time the guy's ever landed a plane. Every time
oh my God, that worked. All right. Only ever done that in the simulator.
I'm such a cheapskate. I always say I'm never flying. Every time I fly Spirit, I'm like, I'm never doing that again. And because they don't pay their pilots as much. I got a buddy who's a pilot, and he's like, the reason it's bad is they pay their pilots less than everybody else. So you don't get the greatest pilots. Somebody that flies for Spirit is gonna watch this and
dude, I don't that like the pilot. It can't be the pilot. The pilots are all pilots. They just they want to land the plane too.
You don't think there's better pilots and worse pilots?
I'm sure. Yes, I'll agree with you. There's better pilots and worse pilots, but they're probably just young pilots.
Well,
early in their career.
Speaking of, now this guy was a phenomenal pilot, but there was the radio station was doing an air show deal, and they were like, "Hey, if y'all want to come up, because since they knew we were going to be talking about it on air, if you want to go up and in one of these and just goof around, we'll take you up." So me and the night guy went and did it. And the guy started, so this is a plane from like the 40s, right? 1950. It's like a World War II airplane, but it's a smaller one that can do a lot of fun maneuvers and stuff. So we go up there and he's just goofing around. And then smoke starts filling the cabin. And me and the night guy are flipping out, understandably, because I'm like telling myself, like, I knew I shouldn't have gone up in this 80-year-old plane. What was I thinking? This is so stupid. And it was a bit he does. He has a smoke machine. And and we get back on the ground, and I just lit into him. I'm like, dude, I'm all for a bit. Don't get me wrong. But that's not a bit. Like, making me think I'm going to die is not a bit.
He's probably seen a lot of interesting scenarios in the air.
Well, this was clearly not the first time he'd done it because he sold it really well. I mean, he did. Like, if I did that, I would do everything I'd do to not crack up, you know. But
right.
This guy really sold it, and me and the other dude were like flipping out. Yeah, that was not cool.
They don't have them anymore, but they used to have a bunch of little airlines that would fly between Anchorage and Fairbanks. And that was a young pilot. But you would go there, and it was like getting on the bus because he would take your bag and put it in, and then he'd get on, and like he was the only one running the plane of 15 people flying, and he'd turn around from his seat and go, all right, so, here's the exit. Let's go. So, yeah, some are different.
When you fly that at a Reedsport, Oregon, when we used to visit, was it Rob that lived in somewhere around there? When you fly to Eugene.
Yeah, he did for a while.
When he lived in Reedsport, you'd fly to Eugene, and that has a tiny airport, and there are all those little planes where, pilot can just turn around and talk to you, which is kind of weird. But as a musician, I try not to get on too many small planes. I feel like that's never a good thing to do.
Right.
Have you ever been to the Buddy Holly Museum in Lubbock?
No.
It's the creepiest thing. They've got you're going through all the exhibits.
It's like, here's his guitar, here's his whatever. Yeah.
And there's one of the really cool ones is there's a schedule of all their dates, and he had in a 3-month tour. There were 3 open dates that they weren't playing, and all 3 of them were crossed out, and a gig was written in. So they basically played every night for like 90 days. And you're going through the exhibits, and you get to one, and I'm like, oh, look, his glasses. Oh, man, they're a little scratched up. It's the glasses he was wearing when the play. Yeah. Somebody dug those things up and put them in I mean, that's kind of creepy, isn't it?
I doubt they dug them up. I'm sure it was part of like an investigation. Like, this was really who were on the plane. But yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Yeah, it's maybe this was right when it opened. Maybe they got a couple comments from folks like me and said,
I'm sure they're still there, dude.
Maybe we take the glasses with the blood on them. No, there wasn't blood on them. I'm exaggerating. But what's the worst commercial jingle of all time?
Oh, 1877 cars for kids. That is the worst. And why do they spell it with K's? It feels like it's racist. Anytime you spell something with a K that you shouldn't, it just feels racist.
That is hands down the thing that makes me change the radio the fastest. Because that not only is it annoying, it's unbelievably catchy. You will sing that.
You're showering the 1877 cars for kids.
Which is a sign that's supposed to be what a good jingle is catchy. So, but yeah, if that gets cut, now that's stuck in my head, I'm going to be singing that all day, all freaking day today.
But yeah, I feel like that's the worst. And don't put, if you've got a company that you're starting up and it has a C for a word and you go, maybe I'll make it a K. No.
Yeah, especially if it's multiple Ks. Come on, man. What are you doing here? Like I used to.
I feel like if Cars for Kids could get another K into the name, they would have.
There was. I can't remember what town this is in. A small town, and as I was driving back to Mom and Dad's in Kerrville, coming from Fort Worth, and there was a coffee cup cafe or something like that, and they were all Ks. And I'm like, what? And this was like 2005. I'm like, come on, dude.
That's
I did eat there.
no.
Wasn't bad food.
Could you see the server's face?
But I only left 15%.
That'll show them.
Yeah, it'll show up. Yeah, that Cars for Kids one's pretty bad. Oh, remember did you ever hear the jingle I sang for Colt Guns?
Yes, it's been a while.
If that would have gotten picked up, that did not get picked up because it was also kind of messed up. I'm not going to sing it, but
You could. Well, I mean, you originally sang it, and now you won't.
no, because it's terrible. I got to get a pony for the gun that they were selling was called the Pony, and it was made for women. So my line was, I got to get a pony for my woman, a pony that nobody can outrun. Was that, yeah. But it was pretty terrible. Somewhere there's audio of that out there that is incredible.
Did you get paid for that?
I don't think I did because I did it on...
It was like a spec?
I did it as a spec, and I was going to get paid a decent chunk if they picked it up.
Right.
And the lady sold me on like, they've already signed off on it. They loved the lyrics. And then, no, I doubt that was...
Nobody gets... Like, really? They're chasing a bullet? What? I don't think any... we all say, oh, the guns are for hunting or self-defense, but I don't think any manufacturer is going to have a jingle talking about shooting someone.
Yeah, it wasn't. Even as a 17-year-old kid, I was like, this seems a little sketch to me. Millennials are reviving greeting cards. There's been a resurgence of greeting cards recently, and millennials are the largest buyers in the market.
Really? Because I think technically I am a millennial.
82.
On the general, I'm like right at the beginning of it, so I didn't get any of the other stuff. But
you were born 9 days after Jill, 1982.
Yep.
And Jill's a millennial because she was born in 82.
Right.
I'm at a 78, so I'm Gen X.
Gen X. Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, my generation has been blamed with killing so many industries. So it's weird that we're bringing one back, and it's greeting cards. Although Stacy and I were in the mall yesterday, and the only store that's doing well is Hallmark there. So
really,
like every mall has a Hallmark store in it. I don't know how much of it's greeting cards or the other little kitschy things they sell, but
yeah, it always kind of makes me sad. There's a guy that does a YouTube where he goes through like malls that are dying, and it's just so depressing to see. Like there's one every 3 or 4 stores actually has something in it. Some of them they've turned into. I saw one where they turned it into like an apartment building.
Dude, I can't imagine. I mean, that would have to take so much money to do those renos to turn those into.
Well,
housing.
They didn't turn. I mean, there were no exterior windows on a lot of them, so it's kind of probably depressing.
Right. Yeah. Are you sure that's not a prison you're describing? Maybe it's a prison.
The price is right. Somebody will rent it. But the greeting card thing made me think, if we were going to come up with a line of inappropriate greeting cards, what are some of the things that they would say?
Get tested. It's like, oh, by the way, I went to the doctor and you should get tested.
Yeah. Thanks for the date. By the way, you should get tested. Just have like 15 of those in your car to hand out.
Or just to send to people that you don't like, just mean things. F you. Hateful greeting cards. Thinking about you still, and if I could murder you, I would.
Hey, congrats on the pregnancy. Hope you figure out who the dad is. Or for birthdays, can't believe your dumbass made it to 40. Happy birthday, dipshit. Sorry for your here's a condolence one. I think this is good.
Okay.
Sorry for your loss. Not sure if he mentioned it to you, Carol, but Frank still owed me $50 from the Giants game. I guarantee you somebody's done that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Did I tell you when I worked at Hunan's, I would mess with the fortune cookies?
Like you would pull the fortune out and put different ones in?
Yeah. I mean, I would only do it to people I knew because I didn't want to get fired. But as a bit, I would, when it's somebody eating there that I knew, I would I would slip something in their dates that said something, or
Like
usually I
run.
would do it. Usually, I would put something in there like that. He's not who he says he is. He's married. What it would be harmless fun, But like usually I'd do it to the guys I knew, and it'd be like that wasn't chicken, or
Yeah, that's a good one.
something. Something harmless like that. But every once in a while I took it too far and I would give it to the girl they were on a date with, and those were the ones that would get me in trouble because it usually causes a scene. Unpopular movie opinion? Movie everyone likes that you're out on? Or show opinion?
I still have never seen Titanic.
What?
Yeah, I just never have.
That's pretty good that you avoided it for that long.
I think it was like initially I was like, I don't care about this because, I'm too cool to watch Leonardo DiCaprio. And then I aged, but as I've gone on, it's like I've waited so long that I'm like, maybe I can get through with never seeing it.
It is kind of like Jill's never seen Goodfellas.
Ooh, yeah,
that's a travesty. I don't think she's seen Godfather either. But I don't know that that's that out of the norm. Like for a guy not to watch Goodfellas or Godfather is crazy. But I guess there's probably a fair amount of women.
Yeah.
I mean, she's seen Sleepless in Seattle 100 times and Goodfellas zero times.
Like maybe one of those times you could have just watched Goodfellas.
Popped in Goodfellas. But Titanic, I mean, the argument is how it ends. So what's the point of what?
Well, but I knew how Apollo 13 ends, and I probably watched that like 6-7 times. So.
Yeah, I love the Nate Bargatze bit about how he knows nothing about history, so he's surprised at every movie. I watched Pearl Harbor. I was just as surprised as they were. That's the dumbest thing when on one of our first dates, and I know a fair amount about history, but I'm also, as you know, I'm a bimbo. I say like, I'm an intelligent guy that has no common sense sometimes.
Right.
Right. Would you put it, is that a nice way to put it?
Yeah. That is a kind way to say it. Yeah. Like I'm super smart, just some things I'm not good at.
Like Mom. Mom's a genius, but she doesn't always get some common sense jokes.
Can watch Jeopardy and answer every question, but can't set an alarm clock.
Although she has gotten way better with technology because of Facebook.
Thanks,
Zuckerberg. She now
Zuckerberg.
plays Words with Friends, which I won't play because I believe people cheat. But one of our first dates, Jill and I went on, and she tells this story all the time that she wasn't sure she should date me after this. We were watching Fury, the Quentin Tarantino movie, and when it got to the part where they were killing Hitler, I was like, this is not how Hitler died. And she goes, you thought this was a historically accurate movie? Up to that point, I was like...
You're thinking of Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards. Yeah, Inglourious Bastards. Sorry, not Fury. When we watched Inglourious Bastards, which in retrospect should have been very clearly not. She was like, it's Tarantino. You thought he made a...
So you thought it was, you were going in like this is going to be historically accurate, and then you thought, I'll show her how smart I am. Because I'll say, this is not how Hitler died.
Yeah, it was just one of those dumb things that pops out sometimes. And I just, in the moment, said, hey, no.
Wait a minute.
That one, and one time I went to use they handed me one of those salt grinder things, and I couldn't figure out how it worked. I was just shaking it and I was like, this thing's broken. And she's like, oh my God, this guy's an idiot.
So you're saying there were flags that you were sending her that she should have seen?
Quite a few red flags. Not to mention
Jill
everyone
had so many chances.
Not to mention everyone we work with going, don't date that guy. What are you doing?
Why exactly?
You're attractive. Why would you date that guy? You haven't heard about that guy? Yeah, nobody did me any favors. I had to overcome so many obstacles.
Yeah, even your own family. Like, really?
Brought her around for Christmas, and y'all are like, yeah, I mean, we love him. But
Blink twice if you need help out.
All right.
Your wedding night, I was like, hey, here's the number of a good divorce lawyer. Just leaving this in your purse.
Just once in my life, I've been to so many weddings where when they get to that part, if anybody has anything to say, and I got a thing to say, I really want to go. No, I mean, I have feelings about, I'm like, I know this is not going to work out. Like, I want to.
Oh, one of those.
Just once in my life, I want to stand up and go, come on, we all know this is not a good idea. I mean, I have nothing. I like both you people. I got you a present. You're probably going to give it back now, but let's not do this. I mean, everybody, just once. Because I've never been to, have you ever been to a wedding where somebody did that?
Oh, God, no.
No one's, I've never
it's
seen
always
that.
the movies. I think, it's not, that's not real life. I'm sure, I'm sure weddings get skipped out on like all the time where the bride goes, this was dumb. I'm not showing up. But I don't think very many of if anybody has any reason why this should not proceed.
I think I was at one and a kid started crying or something. And so just hearing an audible noise, you heard the tension go like, oh my God. And I'm like,
is this it?
Yes. My whole life I've wanted someone to say something just once. Usually it's a buddy's wedding and you're like, what are you doing? You know this isn't going to work. This is the third time.
I mean, I have had conversations with people very close to me that were getting married and going, really? And they don't work out, but you're the bad guy for going, why?
Yeah, I learned a long time ago because I did that a couple times early in my life where I said something to the person about like, you don't want to marry this person or you don't want to be, and they don't talk to you anymore. If they stay together, you're out of their life. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of hard to.
That's like even when your buddy breaks up, you can't talk bad about her because they're probably going to get back together, and then you're a bad guy. So you just be like, man, that sucks. Sorry.
Yeah, I've fallen into that trap quite a few times.
Like, you dodged a bullet, buddy. She was so annoying.
We all hated her, and I usually rat everyone else out. I'm like, we all could not stand her.
Every time you guys left the room, it was just awful.
And she cheated on you so much. All the time. Oh, you're getting back together?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, I just
said that stuff to make you feel better, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted you, because obviously you were heartbroken, and I wanted you to feel better, so I said she was a huge... And I didn't mean any of that, what I said. In a text message, I put it in a text message. Oh. Coming up, we'll show you how to play Half a Minute to Win It, where you can win $500 in just 30 seconds. Sign up to play at andymeadowsshow.com. But first, a giant panda with an internet connection and a home studio that looks eerily similar to mine wanted to jump on and give me some feedback on the show. Bill, how are you doing?
I'm good, Andy. Just finished my 6-hour bamboo lunch. Remember, eating isn't a race.
Solid advice. So, what do you think of the show so far?
It was pretty good up until episode 8.
Didn't like it when I made fun of the Cracker Barrel CEO?
No, that was genuinely hilarious. My issue was the part where you said you thought you could take a giant panda in a fist fight.
I stand by that. You guys are super slow.
First off, I'm 250 pounds. What are you, $150?
I don't know. I'm roughly 180 to 185 pounds, depending on the time of day.
Yeah, you're not even in my weight class. And not sure if you know this, but I got freaking claws.
Yeah, but you're an herbivore.
So, I'm a bear, moron. It's right there in the name. Giant panda bear. I would straight up murder you.
Okay, you're probably right. I did get beat up by a 5'6" bouncer one time. Never fight the small bouncer, by the way. He's a bouncer for a reason. I agree, you'd beat me in a fight.
Thank you. And your mom's right. You take off your glasses way too much. See ya. I gotta take a nap before recording my podcast. 2 pandas, 1 cup.
Terrible name for a pod. Take care. See you, Bill. This is a little game we call Half a Minute to Win It. Answer 5 questions in 30 seconds, and you win $500. Only first answers count. If you don't know, you can pass. And if there's time left, we'll go back to it. You'll hear 3 beeps, and then I'll start, Are you ready to play?
Yes, Andy, I'm ready to play.
What English singer-songwriter released the album Autumn Variations in 2023?
Ed Sheeran.
Spell illustrious.
ILLUSTRIOUS.
Which former NFL QB led the Pittsburgh Steelers to 4 Super Bowl titles between 1975 and 1980?
Terry Bradshaw.
What's the least populated state in the United States?
Rhode Island.
What's 15 times 6?
90.
Got them all except for one. Rhode Island is the smallest state by size, but population-wise, Wyoming is the smallest state.
Oh, well, sorry you missed out on the rapture.
So I got to rant about my Cowboys a little bit. 3 games in, and the season is completely over. I know we're only 1-2, but it's over. CeeDee Lamb got hurt. Why are we running CeeDee Lamb? We pay the guy $34 million a year to catch the football, and we have him in the backfield when we've actually got a good running back this year who's making more than 2.5 yards. So now CeeDee Lamb's hurt at least 2 games. He's going to miss at least 2 more games, maybe as many as 3 or 4. So we're done. The defense is awful. 2 weeks ago, we made Russell Wilson look like 2015 Russell Wilson when he still had his V card. And then this week, we make Caleb Williams look like he's not a bust for a week. I mean, they were just joking around out there. They were just trying stuff. Like, I don't know, let's try that flea flicker that never works in practice. And sure enough, boom, another touchdown. I mean, it's awful. We're in trouble. And we're going to lose to Green Bay. I mean, the team that we traded the best defensive player in the league to for 2 late first-round picks. Yeah, that's rough. We're going to get curb stomped by Green Bay. But, yeah, the season's over, which at least this year it happened earlier, so I don't have as much stress and turmoil from it. I'm kind of okay with it. I'm kind of coming around to like, oh, yeah, it's done. It's done. But, I mean, I'll still watch the games, but I'll be scrolling on my phone the whole time. Last week's Game of Games answer from the category What Year Is It? Was C. 1989 was the year the Berlin Wall fell. The A's swept the Giants in the World Series, and Seinfeld debuted on TV. That exact question will be in one of our upcoming Game of Games live on social, YouTube, and on site coming soon. Winners take home $250 and a spot in the semifinals to win more money and a trip to Vegas for the finals. Sign up now at AndyMeadowsShow.com. Here's today's question from the category Booze. What cocktail showed up for the first time on Sex and the City in the 2nd episode of Season 2? A. Strawberry Daiquiri, B. Cosmopolitan, or C. Mint Juleps? Don't be a Samantha. Answer now at AndyMeadowsShow.com. That's it for today's show. We'll be back next week with a new episode of The Andy Meadows Show, coming to your favorite podcast platforms soon as well.